This month, Minecraft Dungeons got a brand new DLC, which is called the Flames of the Nether. And honestly, I think that this might be one of the coolest updates that the game has gotten, because there's so many really cool blocks that me personally, I would really love to see inside the game. This is a world created by HonKit, the creator of the Minecraft Dungeons Blocks add-on, which gives us all brand new blocks that you can find from Minecraft Dungeons. So as I scroll down, look at this. These are all of the blocks that you can now play around with inside your world. Today we're going to be looking at the new update for this add-on, which gives us the new Flames of the Nether DLC blocks. So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about how you can get there. The add-on is not tied to this world. You can bring it to your own worlds and go and use it however you want, which is really awesome. And so if you go outside the Nether, then the Nether is going to look a little bit different with all the brand new blocks that you can find. So anyways, we're going to go and come down here. And this will go and take us to the new Nether portal section, which will allow us to take a look at everything that's new inside this add-on. So here we go, the Nether camp. And this is what the Nether camp looks like. So you have yourself all the brand new Nether blocks around the area, which it will go and tell you exactly what the blocks are, but it's also going to show you how they look whenever you combine them together. And there is a lot of really cool blocks. Let's go and see what kind of blocks that we got. We have a Soul Sensorial, we have the Sorrel Netherrack, the Crimson Very Nile Netherrack, the Warped Lightning Nile Netherrack, the Warped Very Nile Netherrack, the Black Nether Brick Pillars, which they remind me of a black plank a little bit. We have the Cut Polished Blackstone, we have the Black Nether Tiles, and the Black Nether Tile Slabs. Then we have big chains, but I believe that the bigger chains are mainly going to be used for these new lanterns, which these are going to be the Magma Cube Lantern, but they don't really connect all that well together. But now let's go ahead and take a look at the new plant life, because this add-on does give us all the new plant life that you can find in the Flames of the Nether DLC from Minecraft Dungeons. And to begin with, we have all the warped items. So we have the shell fungus. Now you can only place this on the solid blocks. You're not going to be able to place it on top or anything like that. The warped glow shroom, which is a mushroom that glows inside the nether. We have the warped putrid petals. The warped shell fungus. Now this is the fungus that you can place on top of blocks. You cannot place it on the solid blocks. So it's kind of like this one, but it's for the top part only. So then we have the scorched grass, which these definitely remind me of the warped roots. And then we have ourselves the warped fungus sprout, which honestly, I don't know why this is not in the game already. This would be a really cool thing to find when you're inside the nether. Could you imagine trying to find one of these when you're looking around a warped forest? Just being like a miniature warped fungus? Now that would be pretty cool. Let's go ahead and look at all the crimson stuff. Now to begin with, we have the Eminence Fungus Sprout. I probably said that completely wrong, so I do apologize, but this is actually a pretty cool looking block. But in my own opinion, I think that this should have been red and not purple. Because when you think of the nether, you usually think of red, and I guess now blue, but you never think of purple. So why purple? Seriously, why purple? You know what, I got nothing against purple, but it just doesn't really fit the nether theme. So purple, you should be red. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the other plants. So we have the torch flower, the crimson flowers, which in my own opinion look really like an alien plant, and they look really cool. I like them quite a bit, even though this kind of looks like eyeballs a little bit. Like, has anybody ever noticed that? If you just look at it, it kind of looks like eyes staring at you. Kind of creepy. We also got the tall red mushrooms. We have the crimson putrid petals, the blooming flare. Okay, now this is probably going to be one of my favorite plants that you can find in the Flames of the Nether DLC. The pipe fungus. And finally, the crimson glow shroom. Now there's also a few other blocks that you can find that's not present inside the section. So if I come over this way, we have ourselves a new type of fence, which is called the wire mesh. It kind of reminds me of chicken wire, or like that kind of wire that you place around like protected areas. It definitely reminds me of that quite a bit. But there's also another version of that. So if I come inside of here, this other version is right here. Now, of course, it's going to be a little bit broken with the texturing. It needs to be transparent. Now, if I look in the creative section, we have all of these different blocks, which all these blocks do look fairly cool. So we got ourselves new netherrack tiles, which we definitely did not see earlier. Now, I'm not going to be able to show you every single block, because there's a lot of blocks inside of here. Now, I'm not going to be able to show you every single block that we have inside the inventory, but I will go and show you a good variety of them, because there is a lot of really cool blocks. So this is the first one, which is the nether and compressed netherrack tiles. We have mixed tiles, which definitely is really awesome looking. I like the black and red together. We also have ourselves red nether tiles, And then we have the gilded basalt quadra tiles, I think that's how you pronounce that. And then finally grab ourselves some other forge tiles as well. And there's also some new bone blocks as well. Basically like the normal bone block, but it now has a little border around the edges. And then here's the other tiles. So this is like the nether bricks, but in a different formation. Then this is the mixed red nether bricks, which look really awesome as well. But with all that, now I looked inside the nature tab section just to see if we missed any plants, and we did miss 2. So we had the blast fungus. Now whenever you're going to step on this thing, this will going to cause damage upon impact. This can only be placed on the normal warped nylium. So if I'm going to step on it, then watch this, it explodes. Okay, so I just found a warped forest, but as I mentioned, this is not only confined to this one world, but it's also part of your own world. So you can literally load up a new Minecraft world, and you can travel to the nether, or you can travel to chunks that you've never been to in your own nether, and then you can go and find yourself all these brand new blocks, which is really cool. So you can find yourself the new flowers laying around the area. This really does make the nether feel a little bit more alive, and have a little bit more plant life than it did before. So as you look around here, you can find yourself all the new plant life that we saw. We have ourselves the new funguses, the new flowers. I mean, whatever we saw earlier, you name it, you can find it right inside of here. But now I want to find myself a crimson forest and go and show you exactly what that looks like. You know, I'm just saying, but finding these things would be so much better if we add a locate bomb command. I mean, seriously, we need that command. Please, Mojang. But in the meantime, we just found a crimson forest. Now, just like with the warped one, we have ourselves all the new plant life as well. And just like with the warped forest, we also got ourselves all of these different flowers around the crimson section, including the pipe fungus and those orange flowers as well, the blooming flare. But with all that being said, I think that the nether definitely needs to have more plant life, because if you think about the nether, there's a lot of things that you can find inside of here, but there's not a whole lot of new building blocks that you have access to, besides all the red nether bricks, the regular nether bricks. Now, with all that being said, that is basically it for everything that this add-on does give us. And if you do want to get this add-on, there will be a link down below in the description. And this is actually one of the biggest add-on updates that this add-on has ever had. So definitely go ahead and show the creator some love and download this add-on, because this is going to be one of the best Minecraft Dungeons add-ons that you can definitely get. Okay, you know what? The warped forest is always going to be my favorite biome, because I definitely am a big fan of blue, and blue just looks really, really good. But with all that said, down below in the comments, I do want you to tell me what you think of this add-on, and if you enjoyed this video, then consider leaving a like on it and subscribe so you don't miss any add-on showcases in the future. And for now, I hope you have a logical day, and I catch you next time. Bye!